Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. Now I want to talk about comparing China with Guatemala, and I had some people ask about that kind of stuff, and now I got to remember I'm not a political kind of guy, so this isn't a political kind of comparison. This is the reality, the way you live, and we're right back to the same thing. I made a mistake. At one time, I made, or I might have said it more than once, but I've said a city is a city. They're all the same. And that's why when people travel to, oh man, I've been in the United States, I've been to LA, I've been to New York, you know what I mean? All big cities are the same. I've always said that. And I'm going to have to change that because Guatemala City is, Guatemala City is the biggest city in Central America. I don't know how many millions it is. I think 7 million. I'm not sure, but it's in the millions. And here in China, I've been in two places, Chongqing and Kunming. That's where I'm at now. And both of them run about 5 million. And when you compare the cities, Guatemala City is nothing like these cities. These cities are now. I'm not talking about the ghost city. Those ghost cities are brand new, so they're different. But I've been in downtown both these other cities in China, and they're not as run down as it is in Guatemala City. Guatemala City is really run down. But then again, you got to remember, Guatemala is really a poor country, and it is a third world country. Now, I don't think China is a third world country in the way I look at things. Now, I've been to some villages. I've been outside of these big cities. I've been out in the country, and I haven't been able to spend all the time I've been wanting to do, because that's what I really wanted to do, out in the country and see what life is really like. Because in the city, it's all basically the same. It's all based around money, and everybody needs the services of the local government. Out in the country, it becomes different. I think I've been down to villages. I'm not sure how many people are in the villages, but there were just a few thousand. I mean, a few, like maybe 5,000, 6,000, 8,000, 10,000 maybe. And let's see, I was at some other town. I think they told me it was 400,000. I think something like that. But the thing is, in Guatemala, it's easy to get around, easy to catch a taxi. It's easy to get a bus. Both places are very inexpensive. Very inexpensive. I think they're probably about the same in cost. But anyway, it's because Guatemala is such a poor country. Like I say, you can drive most anything. As an expat, as a non-citizen, you can get around really easy in Central America, or Guatemala and Central America. It's kind of difficult to get around here. Now, I've got the same problem in both places, in the way of communications. I can't speak Spanish, I can't speak Chinese. So so those I share, but like I say, it's still difficult here. It's cheap, both are cheap to get around. The only thing is, there's more restrictions. I hate to say restrictions, but It's just more difficult to get around here in China. Um, I don't know. Maybe it'd be, well, yeah, I can read hotel. Hotel in Spanish is about the same thing. So that maybe that makes a difference, because here hotel is a whole completely different thing. And I'm gonna make a video about pictures that I've taken on businesses. So if you can look at the picture and see if you can tell what kind of business it is, because when you can't read the signs, it really makes a difference. And so it's like that. Now, in the way of cost, like I say, it's about $300 a month is what they make in Guatemala, and it's about $400 a month is what they make here in China. And on both places, what it is, it's what they make in that country is really cheap. Anything that they have to import is when it starts getting more expensive. So now, when you look at it like that, everything is made in China, so everything is cheap. When you start buying, just clothes and purses and stuff from out of the country, then it starts getting really pricey. And now in Guatemala, it's the same thing. So, but the thing is, they don't make that much stuff in Guatemala, so everything's a little pricey. It's being now. That's another thing. People think about being poor. They're not poor here. They're not poor, and well, I guess they're not. They're not really poor in Guatemala either. Their lifestyle reflects their income. Now, the thing is, the food is cheaper here. When you go out to eat, it's cheaper here than what it is in Guatemala. I say you can eat out here for maybe $2, and it may be $3 in Guatemala. So that makes it a little bit different. And police, there's a lot of police in Guatemala, a lot of police, because they got such a drug problem. Drugs going from the south to the north, and so it makes it really, really bad. So they've got a lot of police, and then now here, I haven't quite figured out the police system yet. They've got security, and I don't know if security is the same as the police. I don't know if the security takes care of that little area, but they're policemen, but they're just in that little area. And then you've got the policemen that cover a bigger area. I haven't figured all that out yet. And because like I say, the police that came to my door yesterday, they weren't dressed like the security is in our area, but they weren't dressed like the police that you see on the motorcycle and in the car. They were different. And like I say, if I could read whatever they said on them, that'd make a difference too. They're guns. Oh man, that's a good one. I've been told there's no guns in China, and that's incorrect. I was on a subway, and you'll see a picture when I go through. I'll make a video talking about pictures. And then I saw, I must have been a policeman on the subway, and he had a gun, a handgun. And I was at somebody's house, and we started talking, and then he had a gun. He showed me his gun. So there's no guns in China? No, that's a false statement. There is. And in Guatemala, there's no guns in Guatemala. That's a false statement too. But everybody knows there's guns in Guatemala, but it's illegal. They're illegal to have guns in both places. But like I say, I've learned there's always going to be guns, and the rich are always going to have guns, because that's the one thing that they do have in common, both in China and in Guatemala and in the United States. The rich have guns, but the rich will always have guns. And It's, another thing that's kind of cool is they both have a law. It's illegal to hurt someone. Well, let me change this a little bit. In Guatemala, I believe the law says it's illegal to hurt someone. So when somebody's going to mug you, they can't mug you because they can't hurt you. They can't hit you. They can't stab you. They can't shoot you. It's illegal to hurt you. Okay, and so self-defense is illegal. In other words, if you hurt this guy, you broke the law. Now, in China, they got another law. They can't touch you. And now that law I think is pretty good. They go by it because I had a friend that they were taking their property and they were doing something or something or another, and it's illegal for the policeman to even touch you, and some way or another the policeman grabbed her by the arm, and when he grabbed her by the arm, that's bad, not supposed to do that. And she ended up, her property was going to get so much, and that's what she was protesting about, the property. They weren't giving her enough money. And then when they grabbed her, bam, oh man, the price of the property went up because the policeman was not allowed to touch her. Nobody is allowed to touch each other. So, it's funny because the police don't have guns here. They do in Guatemala. Well, everybody's got guns in Guatemala. But here, the police don't have guns normally, except for the one that I saw. But so when they came to my room yesterday, they didn't say, come on, come with me. They just said, you need to go to the station, and they just turned around and left. I was making a call, trying to find out what is going on, and when I turned back around, they left. And the reason is, they just told you need to go down to the station. They don't need to arrest you, I guess. You know, because I still don't know if I was arrested or not. But now in Guatemala, you know when you've been arrested, you know. But here, you know, I wasn't sure what was going on, and so that's still up in the air now. But what I'm saying is, the police don't need to get pushy and violent here, and I'm going to talk more about. But I'm still trying to figure out why this is, because this is what I've always said. I like the idea of police with no guns, because then they got to be more diplomatic. They have to be more thoughtful. They can't get all excited and all huffy and puffy. They can't do all that. Because when they're unarmed, they got to act more civil. So, and that's what they do here. They're really civil here. Both places, they normally leave foreigners alone. Here, in Guatemala, they like the foreigners because the foreigners bring in money. Here, they like foreigners, but they bring in money, but they want that money to be in a certain place. They want you to stay in the tourist areas. They don't want you out and about. In Guatemala, they want you everywhere. They want you everywhere spreading your money. Here, it's a little different. And but I say so. There's some. It's kind of neat, the differences that you see in this type of stuff. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. This is Mike. Oh, and this is April. Let's see. It's Friday, April the 14th, 2017. And I'm going to upload this right now. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.